Hello, I hope you are doing well, and we will continue our uh, next meeting sessions on Introduction to PLC Inputs. And welcome to the PLC Inputs training sessions. For further in this lecture today, we will explore the various types of inputs in PLC systems and how they are utilized in industrial automation. So here we have two types of PLC inputs. The first one is digital input, that is always binary signals representing on and off states, or you can say one or zero state and high or low state. And in analog inputs, we have a continuous signal within a specific range. Here we have a detail of digital inputs that is used for sensing like the status of devices like switches, push buttons, etc. It's represented as true or false, high or low. And here we have an examples that limit switches indicating the position of a conveyor. And here you can check, here we have the limit switch number 1, here we have the limit switch number 2, and here we have the limit switch 3, that is controlling the digital inputs. And the credit of these pictures goes to instrumentationtools.com. And here we have the analog input. So it accept continuous signals like temperature, pressure, voltage or current. It's require analog to digital conversion for processing. An example of its temperature sensor providing feedback for a heating systems. Here you can check out and you will go you will let know about. Also here we have some examples of digital inputs, that is, here we have a push button that is used to for the, you can say, start or stop. Here we also have push buttons, and relays also work as a switch, so you will get to know that it also work as a digital input. And here we have the, you can say, for the continuous analog to digital conversions with the temperature control, pressure, voltage or current. And for the input sources, we have current source CT, that sensing AC currents in terms of voltages, and voltage transformer VT, that senses high voltages, and potential transformer stepping down high voltages for measurement. And if we talk about the circuit breaker controller, so PLCs can control circuit breakers using digital outputs. And for example, opening or closing a circuit for safety or maintenance purposes. And for specifying PLC inputs, we have considered signal types, voltage levels, and different environmental conditions. And we have to ensure the capability with the PLC input module specifications. And we have to prioritize safety and use appropriate isolation techniques that may not harm anyone. And if we talk about the terminology, we have two types, syncing versus sourcing inputs. And if you understand by name, syncing means that if something came inside the modules, so the device will become syncing, and as in syncing inputs. And if it comes outside, then it becomes the sourcing. And for the normally open and normally closed, you will get to know here that this one is the normally open, and this is normally closed inputs, you can say, that is used in the ladder logic PLC. And that are simple the outputs when you are going to implement in ladder logic. This one is used for the normally open, and this one is for the normally closed. And here we have the input impedance, filtering and isolations. Here we have the graph for the input impedance, that you will get to know that how the input impedance occurs between the source and load. And these are the, here we have the for the, you can say, for the high input impedance graph and circuitry, and this is for the low input impedance. This one is for the low high output impedance, and this is low input impedance. This is one is for the high input impedance. uh, I hope you understand this. If we continue, this is the second part for the diagrams that have you shared to me. We will cover this in the next part of the video. Thank you.